Bohemia, you shall see great difference betwixt our Bohemia and your Sicilia.
I think this coming summer, the king of Sicilia means to pay Bohemia the visitation which he justly owns him.
Wherein our entertainment shall shame us, we will be justified in our loves. For indeed, we cannot with such magnificence, in so rare, I know not what to say. We will give you sleepy drinks, that your senses, unintelligent of our insufficience, may, though they cannot praise us, as little accuse us.
Sicilia cannot show himself overkind to Bohemia. They were trained together in their childhoods, and rooted betwixt them in such an affection, they cannot choose but branch now. The heavens continue their loves.
It seems there is not in the world either malice or matter to alter it. You have an unspeakable comfort of your young Prince Mamilius. It is a gentleman of the greatest promise that ever came into my note.
I very well agree with you in hopes of him. It is a gallant child, one that physics the subject, makes old hearts fresh, they that went on. Crutches ere he was born, yet their life to seem a man.
Would they else be content to die?
Yes, if they had no other excuses, why should they desire to live?
If the king had no son, they would desire to live on crutches till he had one.
"9 changes of the watery star hath been the shepherd's note, since we have left our throne without a burden. Time is long again, would we find up, my brother, with our thanks, and yet we should, for perpetuity, go hence in debt, and therefore like a cipher, I multiply with one we thank you, many thousands more than go before it.
Stay your thanks a while, and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I have stayed to tire your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us to it.
No longer, stay.
1 7-night longer.
Very soon, tomorrow.
We'll part the time between us then, and in that all no gainsaying.
Press me not. There is no tongue that moves. None. None in the world. So soon as yours could win me. So it should now, although, to needful I denied it. My affairs even dragged me homeward. Farewell, our brother.
Tongue-tied, our queen? Speak you.
I had thought, sir, to have held my peace, until you hath charged him to stay. You, sir, charge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia is well.
Well said, Hermione.
When at Bohemia you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him there a month, behind the guests prefixed for his parting. Yet, Leontes, I love thee, not a jar of the clock behind. What lady, she her lord, you'll stay?
No, madam.
Nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily you shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord's. Force me to keep you as my prisoner, not like my guest. How say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your dread, verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest then, madam.
Not your gaoler then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you're boys. You're pretty lordings then.
We were, fair queen, 2 lads that thought to be boy eternal.
Was not my lord the fairer wag of the two?
We were, as twin lambs that did frisk in the sun. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed that any did.
Is he won yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
At my request he would not. Hermione, my dearest, thou never spoke to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What? Have I twice said well? My last good deed was to entreat his stay. When was my first?
Why, that was when I could make thee open thy white hand. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
Why, lo, I have spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned a royal husband, the other for some while friend.
Too hot, to mingle friendship, far as mingling bloods. My heart dances, but not for joy. This entertainment may free face put on, but to be paddling palms and pinching fingers as now they are, making practice smiles as in a looking-glass. Mamilius, art thou my boy?
Aye, my good lord.
What? Hast smutched thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. How now, you wanting calf? Art thou my calf?
Yes, if you will, my lord.
They say we are almost as like as eggs. Women say so. They will say anything, but were they false? Yet were it true to say this boy were like me. May it be? Affection? Thy intention doth stab the center. Thou dost make possible things not so held.
What means Cecilia?
He something seems unsettled.
How is it with you, best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest. How sometimes nature will betray its folly. My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If at home, sir, he's all my exercise, my mirth, my matter, now my sworn friend, and then mine enemy. He makes a July's day short as December, and with his variant childness cures in me thoughts that would thick my blood.
So stands the squire officed with me. Hermione, how thou lovest us, shown in our brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be chief, next to thyself and my young rover. He is a parent to my heart.
If you would seek us, we are yours in the garden.
Go to, go to. How she arms with the boldness of a wife to her allowing husband. Go, playboy, play. Thy mother plays and I play too, but so disgraced apart, whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Go play, Mamilius, thou art an honest man. Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold.
They're here with me already, whispering, rounding. Sicilies is so forth, 'tis far gone. How came it, Camillo, that he did stay?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy! The entreaties of your mistress satisfy. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the nearest things to my heart, but we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in what seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
To bide upon it, thou art not honest, or if thou inclinest that way, or else a fool that sees a game played home and takes it all for jest.
Sir, my lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In every one of these no man is free. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespasses by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis not mine.
Have you not seen, Camillo, or heard, or thought my wife is slippery?
I would not be a standard by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so, without my present vengeance taken.
Is whispering nothing? Is leaning cheek to cheek? Is meeting noses? Stopping the career of laughing with a sigh? Wishing clocks more swift? Is this nothing? Why then the world and everything in it is nothing. Bohemia is nothing. My wife is nothing. If this be nothing.
Good my lord, be cleared of this most diseased opinion, for 'tis most dangerous.
Say it be, 'tis true.
No, no, my lord.
Lying? It is, you lie, you lie. I say thou liest, Camillo. Were my wife's liver infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
Who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like a medal, hanging about his neck. Bohemia, I, and thou his cupbearer, might be spice a cup to give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
My lord, I could do this, but I cannot believe this crack to be my dread mistress. So sovereignly being honorable, I have loved thee.
Make that thy question and go rot! Dost think I'm so muddy, so unsettled, to put myself in this vexation? Give scandal to the blood of the prince, my son. What I do think is mine and love as mine. Would I do this?
I must believe you, sir. I do. And I will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that, when he is removed, you may take again your queen, as yours was at first, even for your son's sake.
I'll give no blemish to her honor, none.
My lord, go then, and, with countenance as clear as friendship wears at a feast, keep with Bohemia as with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If from me he has some wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, and thou splittest thy own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady, but for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes. If I could find example that of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I wouldn't do it. I must forsake the court.
This is strange. Methinks my favor here begins to warp. Good day, Camillo.
Hail, most royal sir.
What is the news in the court?
None rare, my lord.
The king hath on him such a countenance, as he has lost a province, of a regent loves, as he loves himself. What is breeding that changeth thus his manners?
There's a sickness that puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it's caught of you that yet are well.
A sickness caught of me, and yet I well? Camillo, I conjure thee, what incidency thou dost guess of harm is creeping toward me?
I'm appointed by him to murder you.
By whom, Camilo?
By the king.
For what?
He thinks, nay, with all his confidence he swears you have touched his queen forbiddedly.
Oh, that my best blood turned to an infected jelly. How shall this grow?
I know not, but I think 'tis best to avoid what's grown than to question how it's been born. As if therefore you dare trust my honesty, that lies enclosed in the safe you will bear away tonight. As for me, I will leave my fortune in your service. Be not uncertain, I have uttered truth.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in his face. My ships are ready, and my people did expect my departure 2 days ago.
Come, sir, away.
Take the boy to you, he so troubles me, his past enduring.
Come, my gracious lord. Shall I be your playfellow?
No, I'll none of you.
Why, my sweet lord?
You'll kiss me hard and speak to me as if I were a baby still. I love you better.
And why so, my lord?
Not for because your brows are blacker. Yet, black brows, they say, become some woman's best. So that there be not too much hair there, but in a semicircle, or a half moon made with pen.
Who taught you this?
I learned it out of women's faces. Pray now, what color are your eyebrows?
Blue, my lord.
Nay, that's a mock. I've seen a lady's nose that has been blue, but never her eyebrows.
Hark ye, the queen your mother rounds apace. We shall present our services to a fine new prince one of these days.
What wisdom stirs amongst you? Come, sir, I am for you again. Pray you, suffice and tell us a tale.
Merry or sad shall it be?
As merry as you will.
Sad tales best for winter. I have one of sprites and goblins.
Let's have that one, good sir. Come on, sit down, come on, and do your best to frighten me with your sprites. You're powerful at it.
There was a man.
Nay, come on, sit down, then on.
Dwelt by a churchyard. I will tell it softly. Young cricket shall not hear it.
Come on then, and give it to me in mine ear.
Was he met there? Camilla with him?
Behind the tuft of pines I met them. I eyed them even to their ships.
Camilla was his help in this. There is a plot against my life, my crown. All's true that is mistrusted. Give me the boy. I am glad you did not nurse him, though he does bear some signs of me. Yet you have too much blood in him.
What is this? Sport?
Bear the boy hence. He shall not come about her. Away with him, and let her sport herself with that she's big with, for 'tis Polixenes made her swell thus.
But I say he had not, and I'll be sworn you would believe my saying. However, you lean to the nay word.
Look on her, mark her well, but be it known, she's an adulteress.
You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady, Polixenes for Leontes. I have said she's an adulteress. I have said with whom. More, she's a traitor, and Camilla's a federary with her.
No, by my life.
Away with her, to prison.
Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see my play requires it. Do not weep, good fools, there is no cause. When you shall know your mistress has deserved prison, then abound in tears as I come out. Adieu, my lord, I never wish to see you sorry. Now, I trust I shall.
Go, do our bidding hence.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in which 3 great ones suffer. Yourself, your queen, your son.
What? Lack I credit?
I had rather you did lack than I, my lord, upon this ground, and more it would content me, to have her honor, true than your suspicion.
Why, what need we commune with you of this? Our prerogative calls not your counsel, but our natural goodness impart this. Inform yourself, we need no more of your advice.
And I wish, my liege, you had only in your silent judgment tried it, without more overture.
How could that be? Camilla's flight added to their familiarity. doth push on this proceeding. Yet, for a greater confirmation, I have dispatched and post to sacred Dolphos, to Apollo's temple. Not from the oracle will bring all, who spiritual counsel had, shall stop or spur me.
Well done, my lord.
Though I am satisfied and need no more than what I know, yet shall the oracle give rest to the minds of others. Come, follow us. We are to speak in public, for this business will raise us all.
To laughter, as I take it, if the good truth were known.
Dear gentlemen, how fares our gracious lady?
As well as one so great and so forlorn may hold together. She is something before her time delivered.
A boy?
A daughter, and a goodly babe, lusty, and like to live. The queen receives much comfort in it, says, my poor prisoner, I'm as innocent as you.
The king must be told of it. Pray you, Amelia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dares trust me with her little babe, I'll show it to the king and undertake to be her advocate to the loudest. We do not know how he might soften at the sight of the child.
There is no lady living so meet this great errand. I'll presently acquaint the queen of your most noble offer.
I'll use that tongue I have. If wits flow from it as boldness from my bosom, let it not be doubted, I shall do good.
Now be you blessed for it. I'll to the queen.
Nor night, nor day, no rest. It is but weakness to bear the matter thus, mere weakness. Say that she were gone, given to the fire, a moiety my rest might come to me again. Who's there?
My lord,
How does the boy?
he took good rest tonight. 'Tis hoped his sickness is discharged.
To see his nobleness, conceiving the dishonor of his mother. He straight declined, drooped, took it deeply. Threw off his spirit, his appetite, his sleep, and downright languished. Fie, fie, Camillo and Polixenes laugh at me. Make their pastime at my sorrow. They should not laugh if I could reach them.
You must not enter.
His passion more, alas, in the queen's life, a gracious, innocent soul, more free than he is jealous.
Madame, he hath not slept tonight, commanded none should come at him.
Not so hot, good sir. I come to bring him sleep. I come with words as medicinal as true, to purge him of that humor that presses him from sleep.
Away with that audacious lady.
Good my liege, I beseech you, hear me, who profess myself your loyal counselor, your physician, your most obedient counselor. I come from your good queen.
Good queen?
Good queen, my lord. I say good queen, and would by combat make her good. So were I a man, the worst about you.
Force her hence.
On mine own accord I'll off, but first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought forth a daughter. Commends it to your blessing.
Ow, a mankind witch. Once more, take her hence.
I am none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any but one that's here, and that's himself.
This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes.
Behold, although the print be little, the whole matter and copy of the Father, the eyes, nose, lips, the pretty dimple on her chin and cheek, her smile, the very mold and frame of hand, nail, finger.
O gross hag, thou art worthy to be hanged. Once more, take her hence.
A most unworthy and unnatural lord can do no more.
On your allegiance, out of the chamber with her.
I care not. Something savors of tyranny, and will ennoble make you, yea, scandalous to the world.
On your allegiance, out of the chamber with her.
I pray you, do not push me. I'll be gone. Look to my babe, my lord, 'tis yours. Jove send her a better guiding spirit.
My child, away with it. Shall I live to see this bastard kneel and call me father? But be it. Let it live. What? Will you adventure to save this brat's life?
Anything, my lord. I'll pawn the little blood which I have left to save the innocent.
Swear by this sword thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
Will enjoin thee that thou carry this female bastard hence, and that thou bear it to some remote and desert place, and that thou leave it there without more mercy, and to its own protection in favor of the climate. Take it up.
I swear to do this, though a present death had been more merciful. Come on, poor babe. Some powerful spirit instruct the kites and ravens to be thy nurses.
Please, your highness, posts from those who sent to the oracle are come an hour since. Cleomenes, being well arrived from Delphos, is landed, hasting to the port.
'Tis good speed. Foretells great Apollo, suddenly we'll have the truth of this appear. Summon a session that we may arraign our most disloyal lady, for as she hath been publicly accused, so shall she have a just and open trial. While she lives, my heart will be a burden to me. This session, to our great grief, we pronounce. The party tried the daughter of a king our way. Let us be clear to being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course even to guilt. Produce the prisoner. Read the indictment.
Hermione, queen to the worthy Leontes, king of Sicilia, thou art here accused of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, king of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. Thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them, for their better safety, to fly away by night.
It shall scarce boot me to say, not guilty, my integrity being counted falsehood, shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then, but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, my past life has been as chaste, as true, as I am now unhappy. I appeal to your conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was ever in your grace, how merited to be so, since he came of one jot, beyond the bound of honor, or in act, or in will, that way inclining, hardened by all the hearts of those who know me, my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
You will not own it?
For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him as an honor I required, with a love even such as yourself commanded, which not to have done I think had been in me, both disobedience and ignorant, to you and towards your friend. Now for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes. All I know of it is that Camillo is an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, wanting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure.
Sir, you speak a language that I understand not.
As you are past all shame, so past all truth. For as thy brat hath been cast out, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence are barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast haled out to murder. Line. Oh, myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. Now, my liege, tell me, what joy do I have here alive, that I should fear to die? Therefore, proceed. Honors all, I do refer to me the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his oracle. You here shall swear upon this sword of justice, that you, Cleomenes, have been at Delphos, and from hence have brought this sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest. And that, since then, you have not dared break the holy seal, nor read the seeker's int?
All this I swear.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant. His innocent babe truly begotten. The king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Now blessed be the great Apollo.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. This session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord, the king, the king!
What is this business?
The prince, your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone,
How gone?
is dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. How now there?
This news is mortal to the queen.
Take her hence. Her heart is but overcharged. I have too much believed mine own suspicion. Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. O reconcile me to Polixenes. New my queen, recall the good Camillo, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy. How he glisters through my rust, and does my deeds make the blacker.
What studied torments tyrant has for me? What wheels, racks, fires? What flaying, boiling, and lesser oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves the taste of thy most worst? Thou betrayed Polixenes. 'Twas nothing, that but did show thee of a fool. Nor was it much. Thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honor, to have him kill a king. Nor is it directly laid to thee, the death of our young prince. But the last, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead. I say she's dead, I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. But, O thou tyrant, take thee to nothing but despair.
Go on, thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all tongues to talk their bitterest. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. Come, lead me unto these sorrows.
The skies look grimly and threaten present blusters. The heavens are angry and frown upon us. Besides, this place is famous for the creatures of prey that keep upon it. I have heard, but not believed, the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night. for never was a dream so like a waking. She did approach the cabin where I lay. Anon did this break from her. Perdita, I prithee, call it. Blossom, speed thee well. There lie, and there thy character. There these which may if fortune please, both breed thee, pretty, and still rest thine. The storm begins, poor wretch. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds. Most accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell! The day frowns more and more. I never saw the heavens so dim by day.
Would any but these boiled brains of 19 and 22 hunt this weather? They have scared away two of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will find, sir the master. Good luck, ain't be thy will. What have we here? A barn, a very pretty barn. A boy or a girl? I wonder. A pretty one, a very pretty one. Sure some scape, though I'm not bookish. Yet I can read waiting gentlewomen escape. I'll take it up for pity, yet I'll tarry till my son come. He who learned, but even now, yole, 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 hee-hoo.
Hilloa, hilloa.
If thou see a thing to walk on when that art dead and rotten, come hither. What ails thee, man?
Oh, the most piteous cry of the poor soul, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, how he cried to me for help, and said that his name was Antigonus, a nobleman. Oh, how the poor gentleman roared and the bear mocked him, both roaring louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy, when was this boy?
Now, I've not winked since I saw these sights. The bear not have dined on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Heavy matters, but look thee here. Now bless thyself. Thou mettest in things dying, I in things newborn. Here's a sight for thee, a bearing cloth of a squire's child. But look thee here, it was told to me I was rich by the fairies.
Your maidel, man, gold, all gold.
This is fairy gold, boy, and 'twill prove so. We are lucky, and to be so requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come the next way home.
Go you the next way with your findings. I'll go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. If there be any of him left, I'll bury it.
That's a good deed. If thou mayst discern by what which is left on him, fetch me the sight of him.
Marry, will I, and you shall help to put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and 'twill do good deeds on it.
I, that please some, try all, both joy and terror of good and bad, that makes and unfolds error. Now take upon me in the name of time to use my wings. Impute it not a crime to me or my swift passage, that I slide over 16 years and leave the growth untried of that wide gap. Since it is in my power to overthrow law, and in one self-born hour to plant and overwhelm custom, let me pass the same I am. Ere ancient order was, or is now received, I witness to the times that brought them in. So shall I do to the freshest things now reigning, and make still the glistering of his present, as my tale now seems fit. Your patience allowing, I turn my glass, and give my scene such growing as you had slept between. Leontes leaving the effects of his fond jealousies, so grieving that he shuts up himself. Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I now may be in fair Bohemia. And remember well, I mentioned a son of the king's, which, Florizel, I now name to you, with speed so paced to speak of Perdita, now grown in grace, equal with wondering. What of her ensues, I list not prophecy, but let time's news be known when 'tis brought forth, a shepherd's daughter, and what to her adheres, which follows after, is the argument of time. Of this alap, if ever you've spent time worse ere now, if never, yet that time herself doth say, she wishes earnestly, you never may.
Since I saw my country, I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the patient king my master hath sent for me, to whose feeling sorrow I might be some allay, which is another spur to my departure.
As thou lovest me, Camilo, wipe not out the rest of thy services, by leaving me now. The need I have of thee, thine own goodness hath made, of that fatal country, Sicilia, whose very naming punishes me with the remembrance of the penitent, as thou callest him, and reconciled king, my brother, whose loss of his most precious queen and children is even now to be afresh lamented. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son?
Sir, it is 3 days since I saw the prince. What his happier affairs may be are to me unknown. But I have missingly noted he is of late much retired from the court, and is less frequent in his princely exercises than formerly he hath appeared.
I have considered so much, Camilo, and with some care, that he is seldom from the house of a most homely shepherd. A man, they say, that from very nothing, and beyond the imagination of his neighbors, is grown into an unspeakable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a man, who hath a daughter of most rare note. The reporter of hers extended much than can be thought of from such a cottage.
Thou shalt accompany us to the place, where we will, not appearing as we are, have some question with the shepherd, from whose simplicity I think it not uneasy to get the cause of my son's resort thither. Prithee, be my present partner in this business, and lay aside the thoughts of Cecilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best, Camilo. We must disguise ourselves.
begin to peer, with hay, the doxy over the dale, why then comes in the sweet of the year, for the red blood reigns in the winter's pale. But shall I go mourn for that, my dear? The pale moon shines by night, and when I wander here and there, I then do most go right. If tinkers may have leave to live, and bear the sowskin budget, then my account I well may give, and in the stocks avouch it. My father named me Autolycus, who being, as I am, littered under Mercury, was likewise a snapper-up of unconsidered trifles. I have served Prince Florizel, in my time wore 3 pile, but now I am out of service. My revenue is the silly cheat. For the life to come, I sleep out the thought of it. A prize. A prize.
Let me see. Every 11 weather tod yields pound and odd shilling. 1,500 shorn. What comes the wool to?
If the spring hold, the cock's mine.
I cannot do it without counters. Let me see. What am I to buy for our sheep shearing feast? 3 pound of sugar, 5 pound of rice, currants? What will this sister of mine do with currants? But my father hath made her mistress of the feast, and she lays it on. I must have saffron to color the warden pies, mace, dates? None. That's out of my note. Nutmeg, 7, a race or 2 of ginger, but that I may beg. 4 pound of prunes, and as many of raisins of the sun.
Oh, that ever I was born! Oh, help me, pluck off but these rags, and then death, death.
Alack, poor soul, thou hast need of more rags to lay on thee, rather than have these off.
Oh, sir, the loathsomeness offends me more than the stripes I have received, which are mighty ones, and millions.
Alas, poor man, a million of beating may come to a great matter.
I am robbed, sir, and beaten, my money and apparel taken from me, and these detestable things put upon me.
What, by a horseman or a footman?
A footman, sweet sir, a footman.
Indeed, he should be a footman by the garments he hath left with thee. I'll help thee. Lend me thy hand.
Oh, good sir, tenderly, oh.
Alas, poor soul.
Softly, dear sir. I fear, sir, my shoulder blade is out.
How now? Can't stand?
Softly, dear sir. You have done me a charitable service.
Dost lack any money? I have a little for thee.
No, good sweet sir, no. I have a kinsman, not past 3/4 of a mile hence, unto whom I was going. I shall there have money, or anything that I want. Offer me no money, I pray you. That kills my heart.
How do you now?
Sweet sir, much better than I was. I can stand and walk. I will even take my leave of you and pace softly toward my kinsman.
Then fare thee well. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing.
Prosper you, sweet sir. Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. I'll be with you at your sheep shearing too. And if I make not this one sheet, bring out another, and the shearers prove the sheep. Let me be unrolled, and my name put in the book of virtue. Jog on the footpath way, and merrily hent the stile. Hey, I'm free all the day. Your sad prayers in a mile. Hey!
This your sheep shearing is as a meeting of the petty gods, and you the queen of it.
Sir, my gracious lord, you have obscured with the swain's wearing, and me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like pranked up. I should blush to see you so attired, swoon, I think, to show myself glass.
I bless the time my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Even now I tremble to think your father, by some accident, should pass this way as you did. How would he look to see his work so noble, vilely bound up? What would he say? And how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed, the green Neptune a ram and bleated, and the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain as I seem now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rarer, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires run not before mine honor.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when it is opposed, as it must be, by the power of the king.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee, darken not the mirth of the feast. I'll be thine unfair, not my father's, for I cannot be mine own, nor anything to anyone, if I be not thine.
Fie, daughter, pray you bid these unknown friends to us welcome. Come quench your blushes, and present yourself. That which you are mistress of the feast, come on and bid us welcome to your sheep shearing, as your good flock shall prosper.
Sir, welcome. You're welcome, sir. Reverend sirs, for you there's rosemary and rue. These keep seeming and savor all the winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. I should leave grazing, were I of your flock, and only live by gazing.
Out, alas, you'd be so lean that blasts of January would blow you through and through.
Come, our dance I pray, your hand, my Perdita?
This is the prettiest lowborn lass that ever ran the green sward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself. Too noble for this place.
Good sooth, she is queen of curds and cream.
Come, strike up, music!
Pray, good shepherd, what fair swain is this which dances with your daughter?
They call him Doricles, and boasts himself to a worthy feeding. He says he loves my daughter. I think so too. I think there's not half a kiss to choose loves the other one best.
She dances featly.
So she does anything.
Gloves as sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses. Bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a lady's chamber. Golden coifs and stomachers for my lads to give their dears. Pins and poking sticks of steel, what maids lack from head to heel. Come buy of me, come buy, buy lads, or else your lasses cry. Come buy.
'Tis time to part them. How now, fair shepherd? Sooth, when I was young, and handed love as you do, I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury, and have poured it to her acceptance. You have let him go, and nothing martyred with him.
Old sir, I know she prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks from me are packed and locked up.
Let me hear what you profess. And this, my neighbor too?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all that. Were I crowned the most imperial monarch, were I the fairest youth that ever made eyes swerve, had force and power more than was ever man's, I would not prize him without her love.
Fairly offered.
This shows a sound affection.
Take hands, a bargain, and friends unnoticed were a witness to it. I give my daughter to him. I will make her portion equal his.
Come, contract us before these witnesses.
Beseech you, have you a father?
I have, but what of he?
Knows he of this?
He neither does nor shall.
Methinks a father is at the nuptial of his son, a guest that best becomes the table. Is he not incapable of reasonable affairs? Is he not stupid with age and altering rooms? Can he speak? Hear? No man from man? Dispute his own estate? Lies he not bedrid?
No, good sir, he has his health and ampler strength indeed than most have of his age.
Oh, by my white beard, if this be so, a wrong something unfilial.
Come, mark our contract. Oh, I yield all this, but for some other reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit, you know. I not acquaint my father of this business.
Let him know it.
No, he must not.
Prithee, let him.
He shall not.
Let him, my son. He shall not need to grieve at knowing of thy choice.
No, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir. Whom son I dare not call. Whom son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou a scepter's heir, that thus affects a sheep hook. And thou, old traitor, I'm sorry that by hanging thee I can but shorten thy life 1 week. And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, who of force must know the royal fool thou copest with.
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty scratched with briars, and made more homely than thy state. For thee, fond boy, if I may ever know, thou dost but sigh. You shalt never more see this knack. I'll bar thee from succession. Mark thou my words.
Even here undone, I told you what would come of this. This dream of mine, being now awake, I'll queen it no inch further, but milk my ewes and weep.
Why, how now, father? Speak, ere thou diest.
I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know what I know. Undone, undone. If I must die within the hour, I've lived to die when I desire.
Why look you so upon me? I am but sorry, not afraid. Delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am.
Gracious, my lord, you know your father's temper. At this time, he will allow no speech, and hardly will he endure your sight yet, I fear. Till the fury of his highness settle, go not before him.
Fine. I not purpose it. I think. Camillo?
Even he, my lord.
Lift up that looks from my succession. What me, father? I am heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am, and by my fancy, if my reason will thereto be obedient, I have reason. If not, my sense is better pleased with madness. Do bid it welcome.
This is desperate, sir.
It is, and by my wait. Line. So call it, but it does fulfill my vow. Camillo, not for Bohemia, nor for all the sun seas will I break my oath to this my fair beloved. Therefore I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, for, as in faith, I mean not to see him any more, cast your good counsel upon his passion. This you may know, and so deliver. I am put to sea with her whom here I cannot hold on shore.
Have you found a place where to you'll go?
Not any yet, we'll be slaves of chance and flies of every wind that blows.
Then listen to me. If you will not change your purpose, but undergo this flight, make for Sicilia, and there present yourself and your princess. Methinks Leontes, opening his free arms and weeping, his welcomes forth, ask the son's forgiveness, as per the father's persons.
Camillo, preserver of my father, now of me, how shall we do? We are not furnished like Bohemia's son, nor shall appear in Sicilia.
My lord, fear none of this. I think you know my fortunes do all lie there, and it will be so my care to have you royally appointed, as if the scene you play were mine.
Ah, what a fool honesty is. And trust, his sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery, not a counterfeit stone, not a ribbon, glass, pomander, brooch, table book, ballad, knife, tape, glove, shoe tie, bracelet, horn ring, to keep my pack from fasting. They throng who should buy first, as if my trinkets had been hallowed. I picked and cut most of their festival purses.
What have we here? We will make an instrument of this.
If they have overheard me now, why, hanging.
Why, how now, good fellow? Why shakest thou so? Fear not, there is no harm intended to thee.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Why, be so still. Here's nobody will steal from thee, though for the outside poverty we must make an exchange. Therefore change garments with this gentleman, though the pennyworth on his side be the worse. Yet hold to thee, here's some boot.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Nay, prithee, dispatch, he's half played already.
Are you in earnest, sir?
Dispatch, I prithee.
Unbuckle, unbuckle. Fortunate mistress, take your sweetheart's hat and pluck it over your brows. Muffle your face, dismantle you, and, as you can, disliken the truth of your own seeming.
I see the place so lies that I must bear a part.
Have you done there?
Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son.
Nay, you shall have no hat. Come, lady, come. Farewell, my friend.
Adieu, sir.
Thus we set on, Camillo, to the seaside.
The swifter speed, the better. What I do next shall be to tell the king of his escape, and whither they are bound. Where in my hopes I shall so prevail to force them after, in whose company I shall review Sicilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
I see this is the time that the unjust man doth thrive. What an exchange had this been without boot. What a boot is here with this exchange. Sure the gods do this year connive at us. The prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father with his clog at his heels. If I thought it were a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. Yet I hold it more than knavery to conceal it, and therein am I constant to my profession.
Whilst I remember her and her virtues, I cannot forget my blemishes in them, and so still think of the wrong I did myself, which was so much that airless it hath made my kingdom.
True, too true, my lord. If, one by one, you hated all the world, she you killed would be unparalleled.
Killed, I killed. I did so, but thou strikest me sorely to say I did. It is as bitter upon thy tongue as in my thought.
There is none worthy, respecting her that's gone. Besides, the gods will have fulfilled their secret purposes. For have not the divine Apollo said, the king Leontes shall not have an heir till his lost child be found? Care not for issue, the crown will find an heir.
O good Paulina, who hast the memory of Hermione in honor, oh that ever I scare me to thy counsel, then even now I might have looked upon my queen's full eyes. I'll have no other wife, Paulina.
Will you swear not to marry by my free leave?
My true Paulina, we shall not marry till thou biddest us.
That shall be when your first queen's again in breath, never till then.
One that gives out himself, Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess, desires access to your high presence.
Bring them to our embracement. Still, 'tis strange they thus should steal upon us. Your mother was most true wedlock prince, for she did print your royal father off, conceiving you. Were I but 21, your father's image is so hit in you that I should call you brother as I did him. Most dearly welcome, and your fair princess goddess. Oh, alas, all mine own folly. The society of your father, whom, though bearing misery, I desire my life once more to look on.
By his command have I here touched Cecilia, and give you all good tidings a king and friend can send his brother.
O my brother, good gentleman, the wrongs I have done thee stir afresh within me. Welcome hither, as is the spring to the earth. What might I have been? Might a son and a daughter now have looked on such goodly things as you?
Please ye, great sir, Bohemia greets himself to you by me, desires you to attach his son, who has both his dignity and his duty both been cast off, fled from his father, from his hopes, and with his shepherd's daughter.
Where's Bohemia? Speak.
Here in your city I now came from him, in the chase, it seems, of this fair couple.
Camillo has betrayed me.
Who, Camillo?
Camillo, sir, I spake with him, who now has these poor men in question. Never saw I wretches so quake. Bohemia stops his ears and threatens them with divers deaths and death.
Oh, my poor father, the heavens set spies upon us. We'll not have our contract celebrated.
You are married?
We are not, sir, nor are we like to be. The stars, I seem, will kiss the valleys first.
Is this the daughter of the king?
She is, when once she is my wife. Beseech you, sir, step forth, mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so? I would beg your precious mistress, which he counts but a trifle.
Sir, my liege, your eye has too much youth in it. Not a month before your queen died, she is much more worth such gazes than what you look on now.
I thought of her, even in the looks I made. But your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father. I am a friend to them and you, upon which errand I now go toward him. Come, good my lord.
Beseech you, lady, were you present at this relation?
I was by at the opening of the fardel, heard the old shepherd deliver the manner how he had found it. Whereupon, after a little amazingness, we were all commanded out of the chamber. Only this, methought, I heard the shepherd say he had found the child.
I would most gladly know the issue of it.
I make a broken delivery of the business, but the changes I perceived in the king and Camillo were mere notes of admiration. They seemed almost, with staring on one another, to tear the cases of their eyes. But the wisest beholder cannot say if the importance were joy or sorrow. Here comes a gentleman that happily knows more. The news, Cleomedes?
Nothing but bonfires. The oracle is fulfilled. The king's daughter is found. Such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that ballad makers cannot be able to express it. This news, which is called true, is so like an old tale that the verity of it is in strong suspicion. Has the king found his heir?
Most true, if ever truth were pregnant by circumstance.
The mantle of Queen Hermione's, her jewel about the neck of it, the letters of Antigonus found with it, which they know to be his character, the majesty of the creature in resemblance of the mother, the affection of nobleness which nature shows above her breeding, and many other evidences proclaim her with all certainty to be the king's daughter. Our king, being ready to leap out of himself for joy of his found daughter, alas, if that joy were now become a loss, cries, "Oh, thy mother, then asks Bohemia forgiveness, then embraces his son-in-law. Now he thanks the old shepherd, which stands by like a weather-beaten conduit of many kings' reigns. I have never heard of such another encounter.
What, pray you, became of Antigonus that carried hence the child?
He was torn to pieces by a bear. This avouches the shepherd's son, who not only has his innocence, which seems much to justify him, but a handkerchief and rings of his that Paulina knows. But oh, the noble combat twixt joy and sorrow was fought in Paulina. She had one eye declined for the loss of her husband, another elevated that the oracle was fulfilled. She lifted the princess from the earth, and so locked her embracing, as if she would pin her to her heart, that she might no more be in danger of losing.
Are they returned to the court?
No, the princess, hearing of her mother's statue, which is in the keeping of Paulina, a piece many years in doing by that rare Italian master, Julio Ramato, who, had he himself eternity, could put breath into his work, would beguile nature of her custom. He so near to Hermione hath done Hermione, that they say one would speak to her and stand in hope of answer.
Shall we thither, and with our company piece together the rejoicing?
Every wink of an eye, some new grace will be born. Here come those I have done good to, against my will, and already appearing in the blossoms of their fortune.
You denied to fight with me this other day because I was no gentleman born. See you these clothes, say you see them not, and think me still no gentleman born.
I know you are now, sir, a gentleman born.
So you have, but I was gentleman born before my father. For the king's son took me by the hand and called me brother. And then the two kings called my father brother. And then the prince, my brother, and the princess, my sister, called my father father. And so we wept. And these were the first gentleman-like tears that ever we shed.
We may live, son, to shed many more.
I humbly beseech you, sir, to pardon me all the faults I have committed to your worship, and to give me your good report to the prince, my master.
Prithee, son, do, for now we must be gentle. Now we are gentlemen.
Give me thy hand. I'll swear to the prince thou'rt as honest a true fellow as any in Bohemia.
How, if it be false, son?
I will prove so, sir, to my power.
I, by any means, prove a tall fellow. Hark, the kings and the princes, our kindred, are going to see the queen's picture. Come, follow us. We'll be thy good masters.
O grave and good Paulina, the great comfort that I have had of thee. Well, we came to see the statue of our queen. Your galleries have we passed through, but saw we not that which my daughter came to look on, the statue of her mother.
As she lived peerless, so her dead likeness, I do believe, excels whatever yet ye looked upon, or hand of man hath done. Therefore I keep it lonely, apart. Behold, but here it is, and say 'tis well. I like your silence, it the more 'tis off your wonder. But yet speak. First, you, my liege, comes it not something near?
Her natural posture, chide me, dear stone, that I may say thou art indeed Hermione. But yet, Paulina, Hermione was not so wrinkled, nothing so aged as this seems.
So much more at Carver's excellence, which lets go by some 16 years, and makes her as she lives now.
Oh, thus she stood, even with such life of majesty. I am ashamed. Does not the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it?
And do not say to superstition that I kneel and then implore her blessing. Lady, dear queen, that ended when I but began. Give me that hand of yours to kiss.
Oh, patience! The statue's but newly fixed, the color's not dry.
Do not draw the curtain.
No longer shall you gaze on it, lest your fancy may think anon it moves.
Let be, let be. Would I were dead, but that methinks already. See, my lord, would you not deem it breathe, and that those veins did verily bear blood?
Marvelously done. The very life seems warm upon her lip.
The fixture of her eye has motion in it, as we are mocked with art.
I'll draw the curtain. My lord's almost so far transported he'll think anon it lives.
O sweet Paulina, no settled senses of the world can match the pleasure of that madness. Let it alone.
I'm sorry, sir. I have thus far stirred you, but I could afflict you farther.
This affliction has a taste as sweet as any cordial comfort. Still, methinks there is an air comes from her. What fine chisel could ever yet cut breath? Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Good, my lord, forbear. The wryness upon her lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it. Shall I draw the curtain?
Not these 20 years.
So long could I stand by, a looker on.
If you can behold it, I'll make the statue move indeed, descend, and take you by the hand. But then you'll think I'm assisted by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I'm contented to look on.
It is required you do awake your faith. Music, awake her, strike. 'Tis time descend, bestow no more, bequeath to death your numbness, for from him dear life redeems you. Start not, nay, present your hand.
Oh, she's warm.
She embraces him.
Turn, good lady, our Perdita is found.
You gods, look down and from your sacred veils pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where lived? How found thy father's court?
Go together, you precious winners all. Your exaltation partake to everyone.
Good Paulina, lead us from hence, where we may leisurely, each one demand an answer to his part, performed in this wide gap of time, since first we were dissevered.